fuck's sake. Oh, wait. Oh, it's working now. Cool. Okay. Alright. Well, now that it's working. Now we're in business. Sorry about the delay, guys. Sorry. Hello, everyone. YouTube may be being YouTube, but that's not something for me. Ace, if you're saying something right now, I can't hear you. Here's some noise. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's this thing being this thing again. We got it working. Alright, sorry about the delays and all that. You'd think it would be just easy. There we go. Okay. Now we're good to go. Now I see. Yeah, I turned it off when I realized that we weren't really going through. So we are back with some more Thief Gold. So last video we ended up doing caverns, and now we're good to go. We're not actually at the city streets at this point, but you know, this mission is going to be completed anyways. Okay, now we can continue. Having pledged our honor as shield over air, we must be mindful. Let it be locked away and safe, but ever in view of the faithful. Future generations are hostage to our care. Amorite Sermon of the Talisman.
Getting the Talisman of Air will be an interesting challenge, but I'll need it if I want to get the eye for Constantine. It's well hidden inside the city's Hammer Temple, so I'll have to do some scouting around. Problem is, the place is fully active day and night. Not even I can stay undetected for very long. Well, they say that the best place to hide a letter is on the mantelpiece. With that in mind, I'll be going in by the front door, dressed as a Hammerite novice. That should be perfect, since novices aren't allowed to speak while on the temple grounds. My contacts can get me a novice's pass to get me through the gate. Once inside, I'll be free to take my time, explore the place thoroughly, and find the talisman. As long as I don't do anything violent or get caught somewhere I shouldn't be. Because as the new arrival, I'll be the first person they'll suspect if anything goes wrong.
Recently been playing Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and it's even more fun than I thought, and it handles character speed better than some FPS games today. Interesting. Posing as a Hammerite novice, present your credentials to the guard at the gate, and enter the Hammerite Temple. Search the temple and discover where the Talisman of Air is kept. When you find it, take it. Oh, and while you're looting the place, steal the Hammer's holy first hammer from their reliquary. In addition to stealing this talisman, steal 2,400 worth of valuables while you're in the temple. Don't kill any of the Hammerites while you're on the job. Once you've achieved your other objectives, get out of the city. Pull back. Okay, let's see what the different difficulties do. Yeah, okay. So, okay. Cool. Let's see what we've got. We do have some loot that we can use, or... Okay, that's going to be really helpful. I think I will get a cup. What did I buy? Oh. So... Moss arrows are probably going to be reasonably effective, too, for what it's worth. Because this is going to be a temple, I'm going to assume there's going to be a fair bit of stuff that'll cause us trouble. We only have one flash bomb, which could be an issue. Okay, and we might as well get ourselves another water arrow, and then that should be good. I like this setup. We'll do assassin. Oh no, we'll actually save over Craig's Clift. Alright.
So incompetent, so stupid, so lazy. I don't see why I should be the one to be put with these incompetent people.
Well, that bodes well. But yeah, the Temple of the Hammers. Time to... What? Oh, okay. Minor glitch in the map terrain. That's what caused that. So over here should be the temple entrance. I'll save here.
Present thy credentials, novice.
Oh, sorry. Let's get that. As approved by His Eminence, the High Priest Markander, we deliver unto you this novice under the standard agreement of service. The novice is sent with full status and training as such, should serve with humility and vigor to the best of his skills. He will endeavor a standard 3-year contract of service, at the end of which he will be considered for indoctrination as an elevated acolyte. The novice has been instructed in the rules and strictures of the order, has sworn his warrants to be silent in his vigils, and knows to maintain the marked privacies, as indicated by the standard inverted red hammer sigil. Please remit periodic evaluations of his conduct as warranted, or at least 6 months interval. May the hammer fall on the unrighteous. Officially, Brother Satchelman. Ew, why are you playing this woke trash and not Time Splitter Rewind? But I have been playing that too, so... Haha.
Open the gate!
Okay, don't steal anything because they will notice. And it will be bad. Cool, so the guards have been doubled.
The rules do not permit novices in the barracks, as thou should well know. Be off.
Hammerite Compendium of Precepts. Regimes and Rules of Conduct, Volume 12. The builder gave thou the raw stuff of thy life. Make thou a great work of it, or thou mockest his gifts. I am a wall builder. Let my walls endure from season to season, year to year, and age to age. My walls stand while families toil, armies march, and empires fall. I am a wall builder. My walls will stand always as a shield against evil. This I pray, that will the Master Builder grant. Okay, that's another barracks there. I'm gonna start knocking out some of these dudes in order to slowly gain a good solid footing on this place. Plus, they will notice if you start stealing stuff anyways, so let's avoid that.
Some say the Baron means to raise the tariffs again, even on greens and meat.
The wretched man serves only the merchants and his own greed.
His grandfather cared less for his pocketed gold and more for his soul's health, but no longer.
The builder's truth it is that men without belief do soften and fail as rotten wood.
Temple authorization and access. Novices, as per the official books, are not permitted keys and are not allowed to enter restricted areas for any reason. These areas are designated by the standard red inverted hammer. Temple guardsmen are not permitted keys, but may enter restricted areas in pursuit of their function. Temple priests will be issued keys to most areas and are allowed in restricted rooms when authorized by the high priest. They are also, of course, allowed in their own quarters, but not in those of other priests. High priest is granted the master key, has no restrictions to access, and will keep in his possession the holy symbol of the temple. Compendium, Precepts, Regimes, and Rules of Conduct, Volume 36. Time once past, the harlot did say to the priest, "Tarry a while and wait upon thy duties." The priest did tarry. And then was the harlot scourged with birch branches, and was the priest crushed beneath the great gears. For the path of the righteousness leads ever upwards, to where it is perilous to fall. Amorite Compendium of Precepts, Regimes, and Rules of Conduct, Volume 108. Mortar cannot hold when the stone is not strong and clean. Before beginning thy endeavors, look to thy material, both physical and spiritual. Finally, I managed to arrive in time. Also, is this the Hitman mission, basically? Amorite Compendium of Precepts, Regimes, and Rules of Conduct, Volume 141. When the builder came amongst his children and asked, "Who is it that hath spoiled this work?" Then didst his Sir errant son answer, "I do not know." Then didst the builder cast down his son and smite him with his hammer. For it is not known that a mistake may be mastered, but a lie lasts forever on the tongue. Amorite Compendium of Precepts, Regimes, and Rules of Conduct, Volume 53. To use thy chisel is to blunt its edge against the stone. To not use thy chisel is to waste its edge. Amorite Compendium of Precepts, when the thief did cry to the master, "Release me, for I repent, and shall do good all my days," then did the master strike the thief's hand from him with a blade. And the master said, "Go now and do good, for thy repentance has been paid."
Hast thought upon who is like likely to succeed our master.
Surely not for many years.
Not thou blind. He's old. The master just
Alright, Johnny O'Malley says, no, this gameplay character has a name, and names are for friends. Okay, we could try knocking this dude out. Oh, shoot.
What art thou doing? Say, who art thou? Wait a minute. Ah, spy! I'm inside.
Okay, we'll knock out as many of these dudes as possible early on and avoid that. They hid the booze in here, but we were able to acquire it anyways. Okay. We might have given away our cover temporarily. Alright, we've knocked out a couple of these guards, and that is good. Including one of the priests, who do know magic. Alright, knocking these guys out is bearing fruit. Pretty sure we are thinning the horde a little bit. It's a good thing that they don't like to respond too much to seeing their buddies knocked out, or else that one guy could have really given us some trouble. Yeah, carrying the body is definitely going to set off alarm bells. If not careful. Loaf of bread. Hamrick Venom. What is a tree but a tower that withers and dies? What is a pond but a cistern that stagnates and fills with muck? What is a patch of ground but a road with cracks and washes away? Jeez. Alright, carrot. What do we have here? Terrence, we are almost done converting the old kitchens into the new treasury. All of the kitchen stores have now been moved up from downstairs, and some of the church valuables have been moved down. Work should be completed within a week. Nolan. Okay. Well, there is some valuable wine here at least. Looks like the only thing of value in there, so let's see. They're too busy praising the builder. For now, I say we slip around. Okay, so we managed to get all that secured. Let's see what's here. Another stairway down. Okay. So from there, I guess we might as well see what else is here. Another healing potion. Nice. So we got that guy knocked out. Wonder if there's anything else. Oh, we cleared this out completely. Good, good. So now the lower sectors are completely
BYRNE doth finally act against evil when prodded with enough vigor.
Meanest thou the action on DeWall's thugs?
Verily. Some have told me it was his own brethren who in sin didst turn him in.
Thieves betray their own. Now, as always.
okay. We can knock these guys out. Knock this guy out, steal their hammer. Any other valuables that might be of note? They'll never know the difference. Okay. When the builder walks before thee and builds for thee a fortress, wilt thou go inside and shut thy door, or wilt thou say, yes, and now I shall raise one of my own? A flaw in the gear will fate it to shatter, a flaw in the beam harbours the termite, a flaw in the man's righteousness encompasses his death. The cage containing the talisman can only be opened when the 5 locks have been released. The lock releases are placed in various locations about this temple. One resides with Brother Mason. One is behind the skull of St. Yora. One is in the kitchen by the oven. One is behind the rack which looses men's tongues. One is behind the keystone tree. The lock must be released within the span of 5 minutes. When all of the locks are released, the talisman cage can be opened. Then, removes the talisman must first recite the prayer of the wall builder. Okay, we now have some very useful information. This is the kind of stuff that will get us places for sure. Alright, I say we knock out these two guys here. Now we have a reasonable run of the place. So far, things are going reasonably smoothly. I think I could probably knock out these guys if I play my cards right. Thieves betray their own. What about honor among thieves? What about shut up? Those red uniforms look pretty good. They do.
Would have no second chances. They were dispatched forthwith to explain their misdeeds to their builder.
Our strength and resolve, 'tis not what it once was.
And see what our weakness hath gained us. Crime and sin reach to the very heights of the city.
So I'm gonna knock these two out and steal that. Alright, we got them taken care. Now we can start dealing with the lower level too. Guess those uniforms mess with peripheral vision? I guess so, because you would have thought he would have saw me for sure. But I guess not. I guess I was just out of eyesight. He fought the unrighteousness to his last breath. Here lies Father Theo, with a teacher without peer, yet ever a student of discipline. Here lies the unhappy brother Dale, buried here as a symbol of lessons not learned! His brother Mason, truest of scholars. Brother Wainwright, may his wheels forever turn in the hereafter. Well, we've made some good headway. Ouch. Yep. Never a good sign when even the tombstone is mocking you.
also with the hands of a builder. He will lift us up from the earth.
Yep, we knocked out this dude too, so we're good there. So now we can just go over here, take that. Doing pretty good on the loot requirements. Not there yet, but we are making good headway. I think there's some more lore, of course, to why this temple exists in the in-game setting. I think it's because in the setting this used to be an old pagan site or something like that. And they, this.
If thou be a thief is among us, to me, to me! Was that thy best?
Oh no. Well, we might as well do that again, but correctly this time. Okay.
Whence came thee? Try again, then perhaps.
Darn it! Was that the best? Nope. Yeah! Hammer I commit him. A flaw in the gear will fade it to shatter. Okay, we already read that.
So shall it be with all my children, whether they be stone or flesh.
Knock them out. We'll use one of the keys. This key, apparently. Oh, yes. Well, there's the loot requirement met. Alright, now that we got that sorted, we can go in here. What's up, Sigma 6? Ah, okay. Not much, we're playing some more Thief. Almost missed some more loot. Well, we basically already knocked everyone out, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Wait a sec, there was another room, or another location, I think, if I went through this way. Ace nearly died of cringe reading that. See what's ooh. This is okay. So now we need to just open up all the things. We will have 5 minutes to unlock get all the switches done, and then from there we can finish the mission. That's basically the read I'm getting from this, because we've already knocked out the guards, we've already swooped in, took most of the loot as it stands. Or the very bare minimum, we have the mission requirement. And then some, so. The only places left to loot at this stage would be the 2 barracks on either side. And there are guards there, so we'll have to be creative if we want to see if those places actually have loot. But yeah, otherwise we've pretty much finished this mission. This one's a pretty pleasant mission, in all honesty. It's not over... Or at least I'm not finding it to be all that difficult, but we'll see. I know shit hits the fan if you let them sound the alarms, so... Let's see if there was anything of note in either of these 2 barracks.
They don't understand us.
Novices are not permitted here, brother. Best that thou depart.
Well, we knocked him out. Now we just have to knock out these 2. I don't think there's anything going to be in there, but, you know, having 2 more of these dudes knocked out should be fun.
The rules do not permit novices in the barracks. as thou should well know. Be off.
Okay. Nothing in here, so yeah, we've pretty much knocked out all the guards. So let's see what we have for the... Locks must be released within the span of 5 minutes, and where are the locations of these locks? Let's check that. Just gonna write this down. Mason, kitchen, pretty sure Brother Mason was is a grave too. By the oven, one behind. Torture rack, which I think is going to be down the prison area. Well, anyways. Keystone tree. I don't know which one's the keystone tree, but we can find out. And I think that's going to be the first one. Based pen and paper drawer. Yep. Apparently those outfits also make it hard to turn your head as well. I knew. So, the keystone tree is probably going to be in that one area where we went to earlier. And the museum thing should be over here. Yeah. So here's the play. We get to the keystone tree one first. It's gonna be the garden. Or we find it at least. So it's not in there. This stage has the only usable map in the entire game. I don't know. Wondering what they meant by keystone tree. because it's certainly not out here. Ah, okay. Okay, strange. I have a hunch. It could be that one thing that one flag we saw that we cut down that was the purple bluish thing. That might be it. So nothing there. Funny how I brought up Return to Castle Wolfenstein earlier, considering you destroy banners in that game too. Yep. So, where would the keystone tree be? Trying to... It might be down here, and if it is, then we know. Because, like I said, this was supposed to be an old pagan site, too, I think, from the lore. And it was conquered by the hammers, so that's why they use it now. Or no, it's one of the other hammer temples, I think. Actually, now I think about it, but... I think this is the rack they were talking about. That should have... Yep, there it is. Just gonna... Pretty sure we've seen it. So that's one right there. So it might actually be in the garden after all. So it's here. Cool. I don't know how... Well, we now know it's down by the garden at least. I don't know why this looks like a key or something. Alright, we'll just get that one. I guess the fastest route is going to be that. We'll head upstairs. Get the one by the skull. Then we'll get the one by Brother Mason. There's two. Third one is in the kitchen. Just gonna be downstairs anyways. Three. Alright, let's go ahead and head over here. Kitchen, the oven should be back here somewhere. Kitchen by the oven. I guess they could mean the downstairs kitchen. So I'll try that, see what happens. Storage. Kitchen should be somewhere here. Yes. 4. Then we'll go through here. That'll be number 5. Cool. Now we'll just head upstairs. Then we can... I might as well save. Then we can walk right through and hopefully just pick up the things we need. So wherever it is should... Alright, well, that worked. Now that we've finally figured out the secret, which was to use the paper there first. Or even trying to touch it, so... The alarm has been sounded, but it doesn't really matter because we have knocked everyone out. Let's see, why is... It's not showing the comments again, so let's fix that. Here we go. We just climb up these stairs, and then we'll be golden. I've successfully looted the shit out of this level, and while we're at it, stolen most of the loot, as far as I'm aware. And this should be the end of it, I think. Boom. Alright, so with that should be all 4 talismans officially acquired. Yeah, we got almost all of it. They did discover 2 bodies, but that's fine. So yeah, that was a lot of fun for a dungeon. Or not a dungeon, a level, sorry. So yeah, and I think that's a good stopping point for what it's worth, so I think we'll go ahead and call it here. So yeah, this has been Ace. I hope you've enjoyed watching me play some more Thief Gold as much as I've enjoyed playing it. And I hope to see you all again soon. Until then, take care. Ace out.